I think this, without any shadow of a doubt, is the best trackway and walk in Sherwood Forest. It's one of the best, without any doubt, for insects. It's a great walk, and it's the walk between Clipston Old Quarter and Blackpool Plantation. Blackpool is further down there, and on a spring day like this, it really is absolutely perfect. If heaven exists, I hope it's like this. I hope it's this walk. I hope it's this quiet. It is just a glorious spring day. Perfect day for just strolling up and down here. The leaves are all coming out now. The birch is pretty much full out. The oaks are in various stages of opening. The large ancient you can see down there is well out in terms of oaks here at Sherwood, and everything is a week or 2 weeks behind where it was last year. And the insects are emerging. I'm saying this is a lovely path just to stroll up and down. You'll see something different in spring up and down here if you walked it 10 or 20 times during the course of a day such as today. Spring's such a fabulous time of the year. It's very hard to imagine, and I tend to forget. I must admit that less than 10 years ago, you'd have been looking at a pine plantation either side of this track. And this track dissected acres and acres of pines. There's a few deciduous trees like the old mushroom oak, as I call it here, and some of the larger oaks and silver birches that you can see either side of the track further down. Otherwise it was all pine plantation. It's amazing the change for the better, of course, but the one thing about this particular ride, above more than any other ride in Sherwood Forest, is the variety of flora that's either side of this track. There are small areas of bluebells which are about at the peak now. Those bluebells will soon be visited by the broad-bordered beehawk moth, which we're expecting to emerge any day now. They are slightly later than they were last year. And this ride and this track and its verges either side of the track has played host to some cracking invertebrates over the years. Species like Saperda scalaris, our most beautiful and exotic looking longhorn beetle that we have, certainly here in Nottinghamshire. In fact, I don't think there's a beetle that comes anywhere close to it. And this area also holds relatively new colonisers, like the purple emperor butterfly. And last year they were joined by the silverwash fritillary. How magnificent it's been. certainly on a personal level, to have that butterfly grace Sherwood Forest. 3 quite remarkable species that have turned up in the last few years, although the Purple Emperor, it seems, has been here all the time, but completely undetected. Well, here we are. This is the start, or the end, or both, of any walk along this track. This magnificent old ancient oak, which is notable for 2 things. One, my first record of the leaf beetle Cryptcephalus quercetti, which is Red Data Book 2. I think it should be Red Data Book 1 because I haven't seen it since 2012, so 11 years ago. I have been asked to survey for it over the next few weeks, so hopefully we may well find it again, but I have looked for it each year, and Dillis and I looked for it each year after 2012 and never found it. It's a species I would like to see again. The other thing it's notable for is the fact that in the last few years I've been watching this tree die, and it's dying surprisingly quickly. It wasn't helped by last year's hot weather, and the lower branches that you can see on the left, the ones that are still covered with bark, have gone in the last couple of years, and some of those where the branch comes out to the right, some of those thinner branches that are on that are also dying. It's not going to be very healthy foliage wise this year. And as the sun goes behind a bit of cumulus cloud, it's been the most beautiful walk. Found a few bits. There's always something on this walk. From an entomological point of view, or even just from a scenic point of view, I don't think there's a walk to touch this particular forest path in Sherwood Forest.